Hello, Los Angeles Lakers fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. The buzz around the league today feels like one of those moments when the entire basketball world pauses, leans in, and whispers, "Wait, did that really just happen?" Because out of nowhere, like a plot twist worthy of a blockbuster, the rumor mill is spinning about Walker Kessler signing a 3-year deal with the Lakers. And it's not just any rumor. This one carries that strange mix of excitement and disbelief that gets fan bases typing essays on social media at 3 in the morning. The idea of Kessler, a guy known for rim protection, timing, and that old-school defensive grit, slipping into the purple and gold has set off a wave of reactions that feels less like an announcement and more like a cultural event. The Lakers have been searching for a defensive anchor who complements their core without demanding the spotlight. And suddenly, whispers say Kessler walked right through that door with contract in hand. Whether this is a shock, a master move, or a quiet gamble depends on who you ask, but one thing is clear. This rumor has completely taken over the NBA conversation, and fans everywhere are bracing for what comes next. What makes this whole situation even more surreal is the timing. It's as if the Lakers have been lurking in the shadows, waiting for just the right defensive piece to fall into place. And now insiders are hinting that this 3-year agreement was being cooked up behind the scenes for longer than anyone realized. Fans are replaying old clips of Kessler swatting shots into the third row, imagining what that might look like next to the established stars in Los Angeles. Some are calling this a return to the franchise's roots, a callback to the days when the Lakers always had a true interior presence who could control the paint without ever saying a word. Others see it as a modern move, a young big who still has room to grow, someone the coaching staff can mold into a long-term defensive cornerstone. And of course, because this is the Lakers, the rumor comes wrapped in that unmistakable Hollywood glow, making the whole thing feel bigger, brighter, and far more dramatic than a simple contract signing ever should. The streets of NBA Twitter have turned into a comedy show, a therapy session, and a hype festival all at once. There are highlight compilations circulating with dramatic music, fans editing Kessler into Lakers jerseys as if the deal is already etched in stone, and analysts arguing over whether this signing shifts the balance of power in the West. The funniest part is that no one even knows the fine details yet. Just the whispers of a 3-year commitment and the idea that Los Angeles may have landed a center who fits perfectly into their defensive identity. Some fans are already projecting what lineups could look like, tossing around combinations as if they're constructing a championship puzzle. Others are questioning Kessler's offensive ceiling, wondering if his defensive dominance is enough to justify the buzz. But that uncertainty is exactly what fuels a rumor like this. The perfect mix of possibilities and questions, of dreams and doubts, creating the kind of storm that keeps fans refreshing their feeds nonstop. Even inside the league, the talk is getting louder. Executives are reportedly confused, curious, maybe even a little irritated, because a move like this, if true, would change how opposing teams plan for the Lakers. Imagine preparing for a front court that suddenly adds a shot-blocking machine who doesn't need touches to make an impact. It's the kind of strategic shift that coaches either love or fear, depending entirely on which bench they're standing on. And of course, the speculation around the contract itself has become its own storyline. 3 years is a sweet spot, long enough for development, short enough for flexibility. It suggests the Lakers see something in Kessler worth investing in, but also want the freedom to pivot if the experiment doesn't unfold the way they imagine. The rumor carries that strange tension, the excitement of potential mixed with the caution of realism. Yet somehow, in true Lakers fashion, it still feels like a move dripping with confidence, ambition, and a little bit of that Hollywood flair. Meanwhile, fans are trying to piece together how this would affect the locker room dynamic. The Lakers have always been a franchise where personalities and chemistry matter as much as talent, and the idea of adding a young big who's known for being humble, team-focused, and defensively obsessed has people imagining a refreshing energy shift. Some say this is exactly the type of player who elevates the stars around him by doing the dirty work without demanding headlines. Others point out that pressure in Los Angeles is unlike anywhere else, and Kessler would be stepping into a spotlight that burns hotter than any he's experienced before. Can he handle that? Will he thrive in it? Those questions are feeding the rumor frenzy even more. Every insider quote, every anonymous comment, every vague statement from someone close to the situation becomes fuel for debate. It feels like the entire basketball world is analyzing not just the player, but the personality, the fit, the intangible vibe he might bring to the team. And then, of course, there's the fans' emotional roller coaster. The hope, the skepticism, the excitement, the memes, the wild predictions. Lakers fans are famous for dreaming big, expecting bigger, and reacting dramatically to everything in between. So when a rumor like this drops, it becomes more than a transaction. It becomes a cultural moment. Some are already talking championships, imagining Kessler swatting shots in the playoffs while the crowd roars. Others worry this could be another promising experiment that doesn't pan out. But that uncertainty is exactly what keeps the NBA world spinning. Rumors like this bring out the passion, the opinions, the endless discussions that make basketball more than a game. And right now, the rumor that Walker Kessler has agreed to a 3-year deal with the Lakers has turned into the story everyone wants to either believe, deny, or debate, depending on which part of the emotional spectrum they're sitting on today. The second wave of this story has turned even more dramatic, almost as if it's evolving in real time like a series finale that keeps dropping unexpected twists. Fans are now wondering how this supposed 3-year signing might reshape the Lakers' defensive identity entirely. The whispers coming from social media circles suggest that the coaching staff has been eyeing a rim protector who could form the backbone of their defensive schemes, and suddenly Kessler's name fits into that frame like it was carved there on purpose. People are digging up old scouting reports, clips from his rookie seasons, and quotes about his work ethic, trying to piece together a picture of how he would mesh with the team's culture. The conversation feels less like speculation and more like a collective imagination exercise, as if fans across the world are constructing their own versions of this story, adding layers to the rumor until it starts sounding like a myth destined to become reality. Interestingly, this rumor has also ignited debates about the Lakers' long-term planning. For years, critics have argued that Los Angeles chases big names without considering sustainable roster building. But this potential Kessler signing sends a different message, one that suggests the franchise is thinking strategically, valuing youth, defense, and development over flashy headlines. And yet, ironically, the buzz around this rumor is bigger than many superstar signings. There's something about the idea of a young defensive specialist committing to a multi-year deal that feels refreshing, almost revolutionary compared to the typical blockbuster trades that dominate off-season discussions. Fans are reconsidering what the Lakers could look like in 3 years, imagining a roster that blends developing talent with veteran leadership, painting a picture of a franchise setting itself up for the future while staying competitive in the present. This rumor, whether true or exaggerated, has people thinking long-term in a way that rarely happens in Los Angeles, where the expectation is always win now or don't bother. The emotional texture of this rumor is fascinating because it taps into something deeper than simple roster moves. It's hitting that nerve of nostalgia for when the Lakers built dynasties around strong defensive foundations. Fans are remembering eras where rim protection was a signature, where dominant centers defined the identity of the team. Suddenly, the possibility of Kessler joining the franchise ignites that old spark, creating a bridge between the modern pace-and-space NBA and the timeless value of interior defense. People are discussing how his presence could free up shooters, ease pressure on perimeter defenders, and give the team a structure that has been missing for seasons. But there's also an emotional caution. Lakers fans have been teased by rumors before, and some refuse to let themselves get excited until ink meets paper. Still, the conversation refuses to quiet down, and every new whisper only adds fuel to a fire already burning brighter than anyone expected. Before we continue, We ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, some analysts are even speculating on how this move, if true, could affect the Western Conference landscape. The Lakers adding a skilled defensive center on a 3-year deal could shake the confidence of rival teams that rely heavily on attacking the paint. It could force them to rethink spacing, game plans, and matchups in ways that shift the dynamics of entire playoff series. Fans are already imagining battles with conference rivals where KESSLER becomes an X factor, altering shots, crushing pick and rolls, and giving Los Angeles a defensive identity that opponents dread. Even the idea of this possibility has created a ripple effect across conversations, podcasts, and fan-made breakdowns. It's amazing how a single rumor, whispered into existence, can create this much disruption, sending waves through every corner of the basketball world without a single official announcement. That's the power of timing, context, and a franchise as iconic as the Lakers. As the story spreads, some insiders claim this signing, rumored or not, signals the start of a bigger plan. They're hinting at additional moves, possible rotations, and the kind of strategic foresight that fans love to analyze. It's as if KESSLER is the first domino in a sequence the Lakers have been lining up quietly, waiting for the right moment to set everything in motion. Even if these are exaggerations, the thought of a coordinated blueprint gives fans something to latch onto. In their minds, the Lakers aren't just adding a player, they're crafting a new era. And KESSLER, in this evolving rumor, becomes more than a center. He becomes a symbol of transition, a sign that the front office might be shifting from short-term noise to long-term structure. Whether that narrative turns out to be fiction or reality doesn't matter in this moment. What matters is the collective belief that something is happening, something meaningful, something that could redefine the trajectory of the franchise. And that's the beauty of it. The rumor itself has become the phenomenon. It doesn't matter whether the signing is official yet or still floating in that mysterious space between possibility and truth. What matters is the energy it has created, the debates, the reactions, the dreams, the doubts, the excitement pulsing through the Lakers community and beyond. The idea of Walker Kessler signing a 3-year deal with the Lakers has taken on a life of its own, shaping narratives, fueling conversations, and reminding everyone why the NBA rumor mill is one of the most entertaining ecosystems in sports. Whether this story becomes a confirmed reality or fades into the archives of almost happened moments, it has already left its mark on the discourse. And right now, fans everywhere are waiting, watching, refreshing their screens, and wondering whether this whisper will transform into a headline that changes everything. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.